Hi guys, Crochet and Connect here. I just have a few items to show you guys this week, and also the May crochet calendar patterns. So the first item I have to show you is a purchase I made at Value Village. I had actually been considering getting into Perler Beads recently, because I saw a bunch of really cool nerdy things made out of them at a recent convention I went to, a comic convention. So I just suddenly really wanted to get into it, but you need an iron for this, and I don't have an iron. I know that sounds bad. I don't iron my clothes, but I did put one on my wedding registry actually when I got married 9 years ago, and I never got one, and then I just never bothered to buy one for myself. I know it's really bad, but I recently got an iron from my mother-in-law, because my in-laws are downsizing and moving to a smaller house, and they're getting rid of like almost everything in their house, and they invited us to come over and go through their house and just take whatever we wanted. And she had a couple of irons she didn't want, so I took one of them. And then the next day I found this package of Perler Beads at Value Village. It was in a bag with some other craft items from the dollar store that I didn't want, and I just, after I paid for it, I opened it up, I took those items out and re-donated them back. But for $2.99, this was worth it, because I have seen these packages at Michael's for $8.99, and this isn't even open. It has never been used. It has the pegboards and the iron paper and instructions. I don't know if I'm actually going to make bugs with them, but there's definitely some good colors in here, so I might make some. If there's enough yellow, I might try to make a small minion, or there's enough colors in here to make like Mario Brothers things like mushrooms and stuff, so I might do that with them. So yeah, so there's that. The next item I bought is this cute little Marvel Comics purse. I found this at a flea market. There was a lady with a table set up, and she had just a whole bunch of little purses like this for $10 each. They weren't all comic book fabric. They were just all different kinds of fabrics. There were only 2 Marvel ones. There was one Batman one. And then the rest were not comic related. I forget what they were, just like regular flowery fabrics and animal fabrics and stuff. But yeah, so these were $10 each. And I thought that was really cute and unique, so I bought one. The straps are really small though, so I can't quite put it up on my shoulder. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use it as a purse. I have actually been using it as a project bag for the hat I've been knitting. So this is really good for really tiny projects, so I think I'm probably just going to keep it as a project bag. And speaking of the hat, this is the hat that I was working on in a previous video, and I was thinking of ripping it all out and starting it again, which I did. And I was about halfway through, and I had to rip it all out and start again because I dropped some stitches and it was just all unraveling, and I didn't know how to fix it, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to redo it all again. So this is my 3rd attempt. This one is going pretty well. I am on row 30, and I think there are like 52 rows. So I'm getting there. Hopefully it'll be done in my next video. I'm hoping to have enough yarn left to put a pom-pom on it, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for that. Because I still need over 20 rounds. I don't know if that's going to be... And then when you make a pom-pom with the Clover pom-pom makers, you have to wrap a lot of yarn on those, so I don't know if that's going to be enough for a pom-pom. I hope it is, but I'm not sure. And I really don't want to have to go out and buy more yarn just for a pom-pom. So, I don't know. And this is the only skein of this I have, so. And none of my other, I'm just looking at my other yarns around the room here. None of them quite match this shade of off-white, so I don't think I'm going to get a pom-pom, but that's okay. And I do have a small finished item. I attempted to crochet a hair scrunchie. I followed a tutorial I found on YouTube. If I can remember which one it was, I'll put it down below. In this tutorial, though, she actually used a steel hook and thread. I used worsted weight cotton yarn, so it turned out like way wider than the one in the tutorial. So when I put it on, it's like huge on my head. So I think I'm gonna make another one with not as many rows. I actually did that because the original had 3 rounds and this one I only did 2, but it's still really big because of the yarn I used. So I think maybe I'll make another one with just 1 round and see how that turns out. But yeah, it turned out pretty cute. I have a whole package of hair elastics that I'm planning to use for scrunchies, because these, I don't know why I bought these, but I cannot use these in my hair just as is, because these are like really rubbery ones and they really pull my hair and like rip my hair out and they hurt. So I bought some fabric ones to use for my hair, and so the rest of these I'm going to use for scrunchies. I'm probably going to make a bunch of different kinds, or a bunch of different colors, I mean. Just whenever I feel like whipping up something quick. This actually only took about an hour, I think. So, or an hour and a half maybe. I am really slow. This should actually take even quicker than that. I'm just kind of slow at it. But, yeah. So that was a pretty quick project. And yeah, I think that's all the items I have to show you. Now on to the May crochet calendar patterns. I believe I went up to May 1st last month, so May 2nd and 3rd are the American Beauty Afghan Square. May 4th and 5th are part 2 of that Afghan Square. May 6th, 7th, and 8th is excuse me, a set of mitered dishcloths. There's the picture there. May 9th and 10th is part 2 of the dishcloths. May 11th and 12th is a spring tulip baby dress. There we are. May 13th, 14th, and 15th is part 2 of that baby dress. May 16th and 17th is a mesh headband. May 18th and 19th is a bellflower book wrap. So it's like a bookmark, I guess, that you wrap around the book. That is really pretty. I think I might actually make one for myself. May 20th, 21st, and 22nd is part 2 of the book wrap. May 23rd and 24th is the primrose cowl. May 25th and 26th is part 2 of the cowl. The 27th, 28th, and 29th is a sushi set, place setting with placemat and chopstick and napkin holders. You could probably just use that not for sushi, like just for regular cutlery and place setting. The 30th and 31st is part 2 of that place setting, and here they show it in a different color. That's pretty cute. And then the May bonus pattern is the pebbly striped dishcloth. It's a pretty cute dishcloth. I might make one. So yeah, so those are all the patterns for May. I don't know, May seemed really short. I don't know why. It wasn't. It was 31 days. But yeah. So I think that's all I have for this video. I hope everybody's been having a good week. We've been having a very extremely hot week. It's been in the high 20s Celsius, which is like in the mid 80s Fahrenheit. So it's been pretty hot here. My air conditioner's been going non-stop because it's so hot up here. Especially since we live on the top floor of an apartment building. It's really hot up here. But yeah, other than that, we've been having a good week. I hope you've been having a good week too, and happy crafting.